Yeah, I had to cold start the diesel stream engine there. Woo-wee, yeehaw. All right. Yeah, the countdown was clearly wrong, but you know, we're all wrong sometimes, am I right? And that time for me is never. Ha! Gotcha. That's right. I'm never wrong. What are you? I'm a brain in a jar. I'm basically the AI Wizard of Oz of all like the things that we do and stuff. Wait. Sorry, that was. Oh no! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yeah! We got spaghetti bowl. Hello, beep 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 boop bop boop. Well, oh man, it's good to see everyone. I'm so excited to be here tonight. It was a little bit. I kind of raced in at the last second, as you saw, because I was actually setting up. I was wooden power poling. Ooh, bacon. Yeah, cook them up. We're cooking over here. We're cooking with fire. More roads, Sparks. We are getting more roads tonight. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. This brings back memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am so stoked to get into Captain of Industry. Cause yeah, that's one we definitely didn't finish. We got like 60% of maybe 50% to the end game stuff, and yeah, I'm just excited to get back into it. I was actually adding soil to my Ahi Amarillo pepper plant, so I had to do some last minute gardening tasks before I came in here and farmed those likes and subscribes. Am I right? Pew 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 pew. All right. Well, let's get started. Feeding the soul with some Captain of Industry. Or... Ahem. Okay. So, how you guys doing? How's Sparks? We got... I saw EXO pop in. Boggs is just absolutely all over that spaghetti. How you guys doing? Welcome. Hope you're having a great evening or... day if it's Sunday, like it is probably for Blasty. Did you have to take out the trash? What's up, Zixie? Did you have to take out the trash like in Galaxy Quest? I kind of did, but it's more like substance number 1.
James hit the tip jar.
James hit the tip jar. Yo, thank you, James, which I'm guessing is Sparks. That was very nice of you. Good way to get things going on. Woo-wee! Yeah. Thank you. That was really nice of you. I really appreciate the support. I'm still like really taking to heart what really trying to take to heart what what Smokes. Who's James? Don't lie. That was you, right? That was you, right? Yeah, otherwise, like, you know, show him up, Sparks, and double up on him. Finally getting back to full-time job. Yee, money for food and rent. Nice. Right on, Boggs. That's exciting. I knew you could. I knew you'd do it. I'm proud of you. You are a legend. Maybe some gift subs in the house. Yeah. I was like, man, I really miss making videos and being live more often. But I'm also finishing up a website project, which should be done hopefully in the next week or two. And then that's going to free me up to either A, pursue a web career, or B, Jar Games videos, or maybe both, hopefully. But currently, also, yeah, working the new painting industry job where I'm a manager and production manager, and that's good, but it's also kind of kicking my butt. And so, anyways, that's why you haven't seen a lot of me. But well, we're back tonight, so let's feed the soul with some factory. All right, so I don't know exactly where I'm at right now, so it's gonna take. That game Odd Sparks has been super fun. Oh, okay. Well, we could take a quick detour actually too. Over to Steam. What was it? I was looking at Atro World, Odd Sparks. And yeah, I mean, doesn't have like the most reviews, but at the same time, like reviews aren't everything. It does look pretty cool. And maybe we'll check it out. Maybe we'll check it out at some point. But there's a bit of an aesthetic that I guess I don't totally jive with. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool, but it definitely looks a little bit more like a children's game. But like, it's clearly automation, not a huge popular game, but it's different than Satisfactory, which has been cool. Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing, is it's like it's got this really kind of frankly childish aesthetic, but the gameplay itself looks pretty like this. Like the factory building is like, I don't know. I'm assuming it's made to appeal to a younger audience, but you know, I mean, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Like Minecraft appeals to younger audiences, but it's also got a lot of depth to it, and it's like you get like super nerds who are building computers inside of there. So, you know, it's a wide-reaching game, I'm sure. But I don't know. Maybe we'll play it one time. But I've got, you know, this up, and Captain of Industries right now is pretty phenomenal. If you hear me calling Jason in a while, then Jason. I'm like looking over at my dog. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? I'd say that's what I don't like about it. Cartoony, but automation has been fun. Yeah. And that's, you know, right? Jason. Good boy. All right. I was like, you better not pee on the carpet right now, because otherwise I'm gonna flip my desk over. Anyways, yeah, if you haven't seen my dog pics in the Discord, super cute Cocker Spaniel, American Cocker Spaniel, just an absolute treasure. Just got him a week ago. That's actually why we missed the last Saturday. So yeah, dog face reveal. Fortunately, not a dog brain in a jar, an actual real dog. So, you know, there's that. All right, anyways, so I have no idea what we're doing. I think part of the plan was still is to flatten this area. And how's that going? It's going okay. But also to get the next level of construction, which we're currently researching. But then it's going to take just electronics too, which actually should be fairly easy to get there. Whether we do a straight shot on the belt, probably let's let it play for a little bit, even if it's only in sort of slow mode, and see like what are our bottlenecks right now. Kind of look at that. We are building a steady supply of level 2s now, which is great. Truck has no compatible sorting plant for mix. FBI listening to Jar talk about dog brain in a jar. Yeah, right. Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, these guys are just full because the copper is full, so... But, like, also... Yeah, they got dirt, rock, and copper ore. They should be able to take all of that in. It's just full on copper, so... Like, that's totally okay. We're fine with being full on copper. Coal, we are also pretty full on. The only thing that's actually going down is diesel. Yo, Vassian Dubin. I was procrastinating on Captain of Industry, and now I saw you playing it. Oh yeah, it's and welcome, by the way. But yeah, it's one of my favorite games in the factory world. Yo, Mello, what's up, Exo Green? My favorite acoustic pickle guy. Hey, wait, did you call me a pickle? Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, right? Like, I could probably, Kids B-Day today, have people over. If you're still around a few hours, I'll be here. Cool. Well, right on, Sparks. I probably will be. I'm looking to do, like, a good 4 to 5 hour thing going on. Pickle Man, Pickle Man. Yeehaw. Hopefully we'll see Smoker a bit later too, you know. I think he's on vacation for like a while, but you know, maybe he'll be on today. Ooh. What's going on with our electricity? Seems like they're generating. Yeah, we need more wooden power poles, but I think like these should be going a lot faster. These should just straight up be going a lot faster. So right, like this is not producing enough steam. Well, this one should be producing. Huh? These are saying they're working, but like maybe it was just powering up after the saving or something. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it fixed itself. Yeah, it can be a little bit tricky, but it really does I think your power flicker due to auto balance mod. Well, I don't have auto balance on, or like a mod, but there is this auto balance. What was it? Is it this? Allow powering surplus? No, it's this auto balance. Will automatically pause when the shaft is nearly fully charged to prevent waste input. So it's possible. Production will resume when the shaft... Maybe we shouldn't have auto balance on here in this case. Like these should always kind of burn through the steam because we need it to, maybe? It's probably not a bad thing. But problem solved. It solved itself. We only have 10 months of food left, so that's a little bit of an issue. Actually, it's not. It's just that we've got a whole bunch here. It's just that it only counts, and we have a whole bunch here, but it just only counts what's in the actual food market, which is arguably not super cool, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, I'm not 100% sure where to start. How is our research doing? It looks like we are in fact researching things. Looks like we are in fact cooking up all kinds of what you might call metal juice. We're juicing up on metal. Yeah, we're consuming a decent amount of iron while we get this up, and that's one of the main things that I like to see is this go up to 2500. And then the next one go up to 2500, and then we'll be at like a really, really good spot where the rest of them, right? Big crusher, double big crusher. Yeah, where that will, yeah, we definitely don't want auto balance on those. So anyways, oh, this one's saying we don't currently have any mining designations, so that's kind of a good thing because we can chop down some more of these mountains over here. Now we should probably also be dumping these. Let's see here. Ooh, do we get new buildings? Level crossing, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Those are sort of new. The farm. Ooh, the greenhouse. Yeah, we haven't even touched that yet. So anyways, okay, a little minor detour. But what we're looking for here is we're looking to basically get rid of this. And that kind of needs to be from this tower, which it's happening. But we also want this tower to be digging and dumping here, right? So if we just say, go ahead and mining designation this, mining designation this, that should be all we need for that. And then it should automatically dump there. And we'd like to, you know, refill this whole area at some point. And we'll get there. We'll get it refilled. Maybe one day. Okay. So yeah, we're full on sand. I think we're actually doing pretty darn good in terms of, well, everything. I mean, everything over here is pretty stable. The only thing we're gonna need, well, let's see, even our trucks are stable. I think we might just want to build, like we don't even have room for, we don't even really have room for more items here, right? Although we could take steel and thanks, Vassian. We could take steel and iron out here because we do have this massive stockpile warehouse of each of them here. So like we don't really need them here. That probably wouldn't really do too much for us though. It would sort of help, but I don't think it would really be like the main game changer that we're looking for. I think what we need to do is I mean, we could probably do something like this, except change this to electronics 2. Yeah. Right? And then right now, is this paused? Yeah, resume. Yeah, we don't want to resume it. Yeah, and that'll give us, okay, so that'll work. Where is our next space? Looks like we are using all of those. We should be using that bottom one probably just over here. Yes, yes we are. Right? Sending the construction parts over on the bottom. So I think what we probably would want to do is use the second row here on this second last one. And then that way we're going to have construction parts for here. Right. And then these can go out and go on the bottom row of there. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere here, friends. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. You night vision goggles in memory of Carlos, the absolute legend, who's been ghosting us for several months. Or maybe I've been ghosting him. I don't know. Yeah, so like overall, we're still getting our way up to 2,500 yellows. Yeah, after such a big, I would look at the bus and be like, nah, I'm fine. I'm going to play something else. Right? A big pause. Right. So what we want to do is we do in fact want to get this. This is a flat conveyor level 1, but we probably want it to be a flat conveyor level 2. Probably, maybe. Maybe we'll come back to that. And we want to get to, that's going to be there, right? And then we're going to have, Yeah, like I'm still just getting back into this game, right? Like after what 20 minutes roughly of playing, it's like what am I doing still, you know? But I'm enjoying it. And honestly, that's like I really enjoy this game. Like I don't just enjoy it, I really enjoy this game. Okay, flat lift. Okay. And then from there, it's going to be the main input of this one. Get it. Get it. Nice. Right, so then we could basically quick build these sections. Start filling the belts. Start filling the elevators. Actually, there are no elevators here. Just convenient because they take a lot to fill. But there we go. And then this, we can set this recipe. Well, we can't actually set the recipe yet. But we will soon. In fact, how is construction doing? It's doing good. Right? Does seem like we might be able to unpause that. Do we have enough workers? Yeah. Remember when we almost died? Like not too long ago? Yeah, that was not super cool. But hey, you know, things happen. Then we built this like looping thing going on here. This is absolutely full of fertilizer level 2. I really, really enjoy this game. Oof, I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Because getting back into this game, I'm just like, yes! This game is amazing. It's such a fun time. Like, I just loving how we have this set up to automatically turn extra sulfur into slag. It's just, I don't know. Every little bit of it just makes me so happy. Oh, and we're actually out of oil right now. So we're not getting oil fast enough. But it doesn't seem like that's really an issue. We wouldn't be here if we were not enjoying. Well, yeah, I suppose so. Good point. Let's go to the world map and see how our oil is doing. Okay. Maybe we should send our ship out, or maybe we should like upgrade it more. I don't know. Is this crushed slag and sand that we have in here? Like, seriously? I don't think we need a whole bunch of cement either. Concrete, I'll keep that. So I watched all the recordings for this game. It was nice. Nice. Oil reserve is so cooked. Yeah. Well, it's we've got 83% left actually, which is not bad. But I think we're using a bit more than the 120 per second per minute, I mean, that we're producing. Which is why we're a little bit low. Oh, but here comes more oil. Like the pipe is drained, so maybe that's also why we're running out of power here and there. Because maybe we're running out of steam. Well, these seem to be working. I don't know. Oh, 13%? I thought we're so back. Fascian. Yeah, we're 83% left out of big number. Yeah, so we're good there. We're good there. Okay. And what do we need here? Well, we need ship designer, ship bridge. Ah, we can ship bridge too. I don't know what that's going to do, but we're going to do it. Fuel tank, none. That's going to be a little bit expensive, but I think we're going to be okay with it. It's only 100. We've got 2,500. Same thing there. We got 2,500. It's going to be a little bit expensive on our steel, but we'll be okay with that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We will upgrade our ship. We did, in fact, get the research happening faster. We never did finish what we were doing over here. But that's okay, because we can do that now. We want to pretty much just have this on level 2. And then if we go to here, I think we could flat lift it up from here. There we go. Boom diggity. Right? And then we can get the you know, the things on the belt. That'll be a good start to the things that we're doing. Okay, and then we get, how do we do this? We have to get that to come down. I think from here would work nicely. Well, wait a darn second. What is in a construction part 2? Okay, so literally is only 2 things. It's only 2 things, ingredients. So what do we do when there's only 2 ingredients? We do come out from the left side, as you probably would expect. Or at least I would probably expect. So if we go here, no, we go down, 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 rotate, rotate, up, in, copy belt, move belt 2, over. Ah, we in the past would go up for the second. Ah, okay, okay. That actually makes more sense, and I wish I thought of that before. But what we'll do is we will just we'll just do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to be too perfect. You know what I'm saying? It would be perfecter, but it is still pretty perfect. So, you know, we'll just continue on with pretty perfect. Okay, and then we'll get all of these, and that way they'll be filled up. That'll be good, and we could, well, we could unpause this. We're still working on that 2,500 of those, but that should be okay. Our steel did take a big dip, but, you know, everybody's got to take a dip sometimes. Ooh, getting blasted by some oxygen was definitely a priority. And now what do we got? We got the provides advanced radar capabilities. Cool. So I wonder, like, how do I also upgrade my ship? I don't think oh, we can load the crew. And we could go to, I don't think we can get this far, right? So how do we get further? Let's go there anyways. Let's go explore a little bit further. Why not? Okie dokie, okie dokie. Oh, did I break this by not allowing people to get in here anymore? Vehicles can't reach storage unit. Some vehicles are struggling, but actually we shouldn't necessarily be exporting from here anymore. Yeah, we don't need to export from there anymore because we can export from here. So if we actually need to pick up copper for something, which would be weird, which is weird because these guys well, they're building more circuitry, actually. That's what's weird about it. So, yeah, and then this way, this should be being filled up. Yeah, they're coming to fill it up. Great. So we're actually getting our circuits on belts. And we're filling up to 2.4 thousand. So once this fills up, then this should fill up. But once we build this and we start building construction parts level 4, then we'll be in a different place. Okay, wait. Oh, why did these guys... Oops. I think it's just that I had this area in here, which I shouldn't have. Shouldn't have had these guys mining at all. But that's okay. I should be able to just instantly remove that, which I should have caught on to that before. But, you know, live and learn. Ninja! Actually, it would be cool to have some kind of a ninja face mask. That's a really good idea. I don't know how we never had a ninja. But we do have a wizard, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We need some kind of like... I was gonna say we need some kind of like magical staff, but... There we go. We got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's our wizard staff over here. If you were asking, if you're wondering. Okay, and then this guy, he needs more. And we need to... Yeah, we need to continue moving to the right. So actually we don't need any more mining designation here. We need it to go this way. Perfect, because that's going to give us a little bit... That's going to give us a little bit more... Or plant block due to full output. Well, that's actually a good thing in this scenario. Oh, and how's this going? This project has been moving along. Wow. What level is this? This is 4, and then what level is this? This is, wow, it actually looks like it's also 4. So we probably would want to cut through here at some point. But before that, well, I think we're actually going to need like the leveling designation to continue this way. And then that way we can continue cutting out of that mountainside to get further that way. Because this is our cutting continuing. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, cool. Sorry about that. Dog is distracting. A very, very cute distraction. But yeah. So that should kind of help things move along there. We want to keep those guys busy. Saying full output here, but actually I don't think anybody's really like this is the right. We definitely shouldn't be digging up any more of the limestone here. I think what we were doing is getting the trash out of here. And now that there's just actually no more trash, or is there? Well, there really isn't. I think there's like remnants, but it doesn't really register at all. So I think what we're going to do is just remove this mining designation as well. And slowly but surely, hopefully, maybe this will resolve itself. Yeah, because now we actually aren't storing any more garbage. And we should be burning more garbage than we are producing. So that's pretty cool. If you ask me. Wee-oh, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, bop. All right, cool. So we are currently using more glass than we're producing. How is our glass production going? Oh, truck has no compatible stops. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Ore block due to full blah 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 blah. That's also totally fine. Sweep that, and we can keep on going. Where's Blasty, drag nabbit? Yeah. Alright, so actually this can be a dumping designation now. Explosion. Oh, it's actually, I think it's explode. Right, we can have more of a dumping designation there. Nice. Large tree harvester has no trees to harvest. Wow, did we clear this whole top? Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So that's cool. And these guys over here, are they still they still doing things? Yeah, looks like it. Keep picking that up. Keep picking that up, and feel free to dump it over here. Oh yeah, so okay, let's get ourselves some more trees. Let's go ahead and harvest the trees down here. Just because. Okay, that solved a bunch of our problems. Seems like everything's moving along pretty well. Ding dong. Bunch of loot. Okay. Enemy battle found. Oh, cool. So I think that's the new radar. 2 ships with battle score of 120. Well, I guess we can't even go there. Yeah, he's on the way back. This looks like a Docker container over there. All right. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I think we're we're in a pretty darn good spot. Potatoes should be fine. Ah, nice. And we're actually building up on level 1s now. So I'd like to see that at least at 1,000 before we finish the research here. Which should be happening. Ah, low power. Okay. Because these are also set up to use surplus only. But I figured we have these as allowing surplus. We actually should be... We should be producing enough here. Should be producing enough steam. Seems like we're not. Right? It's the exhaust that's... No, like the steam here is not being consumed fast enough. Same thing here. So our steam is not being consumed fast enough. this says it's working. Maybe I should turn off auto balance for these. Right? Like, accumulated inertia. Like, these should realistically just be going all the time if necessary. Or if we can keep them going all the time. But what would be the problem then if these are not? Right? Like, its efficiency is 100. These look like they're working just fine too. When enabled, the turbine will automatically pause when the shaft is nearly fully charged to prevent wasting input. Production will resume when the shaft's charge drops. Note that the turbine takes time to reach full power after starting, right? Throughput. Throughput determines the amount of power being transferred through the shaft at any moment. Each shaft has a fixed maximum throughput. The total power demand on a single shaft exceeds its capacity. Split the machines into separate shafts. Right. So we're not getting through our maximum throughput. That's for sure. Right? And like, these are all going pretty good. They're moving. This is not doing anything. Right? And neither is this. Which is a little bit strange. Because this should be 12 megawatts here. And then this should be another 6. Oh, maybe I've built this to be too much. Not really realizing it. I think that might be what happened. This is 3, 3, 3, and 3. No. Well, no, because these take 6. This is 6 and 6. So that actually does full. So I did overbuild this a little bit without realizing it. How I'm just finding that out now is kind of impressive, but I suppose I just assumed that the 24 low steam was also making 6 megawatts. But it's not. And so 2 of these wheels are kind of extra. That are unnecessary. So maybe I could like take a couple wheels off the top and just let these 2 do the trick. That would be fine. Does seem like things are continuing on the research, but yeah, it might not be all that stable. We also have this, which isn't really doing a whole lot right now. I mean, it's doing its job, which is scrubbing, right? No one here is stable. It's okay, Jar. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. We've all got spaghetti on our minds. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, pop. It feels like we definitely have slowly been draining our steel. I mean, diesel. Spaghetti with a mustache. You can't beat it. All right, all right. Ooh, I'm loving the goggles. Smoking. All right. So, yeah, we've got way too much hydrogen. I think we just started basically burning it off. But I think we're building, we're constructing, we're making as much. Ding dong. Okay, okay. We've kind of hit our goal here. And we've been slowly but surely filling this. So that we can, in fact, build construction parts level 2. Level 4. We're on construction level 4. Jason. What are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I don't know what he's doing. He's being a little curious. When he's curious, sometimes you gotta just be careful. What is he gonna do? If he's sniffing around, he might be looking to go potty. So that's what we're watching out for here. On the side. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. You mean Jason? Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is, Exo? My wife having a Spanish accent, literally, like, she says Jason. It just, because the O in Spanish is always an O, like on. Jason. My boy Jason, he is the most well-groomed JSON file. That's his middle name file. Oh, cool. I think we're about to actually get our very first purple construction packs. So how much is it consuming? 6? This is making 6. So for every one of these, I should have one of these. So pause button. We'll let them build these automatically without me using up my... I mean, come on. Unity points are just so much fun. We've got a lot of them, so whatever. Ooh, we actually went down in food from 10, which is a little bit weird. I guess it's because we used up some vegetables. Maybe we should be growing more vegetables instead of as many potatoes as we are. Right? So yeah, why don't we switch this one to vegetables? We got to keep our people healthy and eating vegetables. Am I right? Cool. So now we can actually put this one up there as well. 4. Excellent. Yeah, they take some time. And they only make like 3. How do I copy again? Copy is V. There we go. Okay, and then we also want to actually copy the entire building. And get that going in there. There we go. Unity build those. Probably help if I actually connected that. Low on power again. Hey? What in the heck is going on with this power supply? So we're missing input products, which is weird. Okay, so this should be able to do these two, right? Right, like this, the 48 steam that we're getting there is sufficient for both of those. And then we're just taking the 48. Oh, again with the, no. Each one of these takes the excess low steam. So how could we ever not have steam? Like, that is super weird. What's up with this? Oh, that's not a broken pipe. It's just like, what is going on with this machinery here? Are we not producing enough steam? That could also be the problem. Like, we should have this thing on the bottom should have a priority out. Actually, the priority out should be going this way, right? I suppose. That could be the problem. We should be trying to feed our power first. But maybe the ideal would be to have our coal, these two, basically push in priority here and then extra going out there and meeting the steam that's produced by those two. Alright, well, hopefully we can get back from this death trap. I don't know. I mean, we currently have enough workers, I think, to turn this one on. Which might not be great because it's going to be kind of water powered, but that might be important right now. It looks like we're having a little bit of problems with power. Okay, those are getting up good. They're moving. Yeah. So we should be okay now. These ones shouldn't power. And in fact, maybe we can now pause. Do these take people? They don't seem to, right? Yeah, because up there is the workers. So these ones don't take workers. So if I could... Does a pipe? Yeah, that doesn't take workers. These take workers. And those don't. So if I was to, say, pause these four, that would be ideal. And that should help us just not die. We might need to revisit this a little bit later. We should be producing diesel full steam ahead, literally. And we've got the oil. Oil is not an issue right now. 150 per single journey. Looking for 2,000. Available to pick up. I don't know. Things seem to be going pretty good. It's just kind of a weird glitch. Yeah, and these are going at full speed ahead. So that's totally cool. All right, cool. And then I'm wondering, I'm just curious. Everything here is pretty low input, so we don't need to upgrade any belts. And should basically be consuming equally. Oh, this one should actually be up there. So anyways, what can we build with these construction parts right now? Is there anything we can even build with them, or are we just building them for the sake of building them? Maintenance depot 2? We have that already, right? That's what we're building with right here. Maintenance depot 2. Wait a second. Oh, this is a different maintenance depot, right? So there's maintenance depot 1, level 1 and level 2. Then there's maintenance depot 2, level 1, just level 1, just level 1 for now. General concrete mixer, all this stuff. Yeah. Oh, someone's hitting the love. Someone's hitting the love. Well, much love to you too, whoever's creeping in the background with the love. And let's see here. How is our concrete doing? Ooh, I remember making this extra concrete factory, am I right? And this thing is, well, keeping us stacked full. And you know what that means? It's time for more roads. Pretty soon. Did we already fill that? We didn't. Cool. In fact, I think I'd like to, like, prioritize chopping that stuff out so we can continue pushing dirt in from there. Yeah. Okay, so what do we need to do to continue the process moving forward here? Well, first we need to actually research something. We could get snack production. Thermal storage kind of seems meh. Biodiesel kind of seems not bad. Yeah. Food packing. Okay. I don't think we've built a chicken farm yet, so that's something we could also be incorporating. Exhaust filtration, gold smelting. We're gonna need that, but like not immediately, not until later. Offices, household appliances, solar panels. Yeah. The statue of maintenance. I mean, Research Lab 3 would be pretty boss. All right. Well, I think we might have to go with research. Well, then again, we do have the ability to get power generation 2. Which I think really just takes the steam and gives us a lot more power for it. So I think I'm going to deem that one the most important. Because that will significantly improve our current power generation. Which is going good, by the way. Just hopefully... Okay, and we are burning some hydrogen. Which isn't a bad thing, but we could be also like we could be burning the hydrogen. We could be burning we could be turning it into ammonia. Or we could just straight up be burning it and making more steam. So that's something we'll consider, but just right now I think we're okay. Maybe I do want to auto balance these. Now that we actually correctly balance the steam being pushed into here. What auto balancing exactly means, I still haven't quite figured out. Like, power transfers to consumers resumes when the accumulated power rises above this level. So, has it not accumulated enough? Power transfer to consumer stops if the accumulated power falls below this level. So it has to, it's kind of like an SNR latch, right? It's that reset latch. So it has to get over there for it to pass. And then it has to, and then if it falls below there, it will not pass any more power. So I'm guessing right now it's currently passing power through. So I don't know. As long as I don't see the big red power signs on things, I think we're doing okay. Great. And we currently have 11 months of food, so that's nice. It seems like we maybe increased the amount of vegetables we're storing. Maybe even the amount of bread that we're storing. Whoa. How are we dropping on diesel so quickly? Is that a lack of crude, probably? Not so much a lack of steam, which I was considering it might be. I think we may need to consider upgrading our... Maybe we want to upgrade this? I think so, right? That's... Yeah. Because that's just going to give us like... Yeah, that's going to give us some good stuff. That's going to give us some happy times. You know what I'm saying? For a while. Until we run out of oil. And then we'll be sad. But that's okay. Dang, it's just me or this ship look pretty slick. So yeah, let's go ahead and load these 400. I didn't really want to, but we'll do it. We need to do it. It needs to be done. We'll get it done. How is our mining designation over here? Not too shabby. Right. We can handle it. Nice. It looks like we actually got this completed. There might have been a couple of past jars that said it's a future jar problem, and now you are the future jar, unfortunately. Yeah, there's that's the, you know, fair. Can't blame a man for trying. You can't blame a jar for trying. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get this. Let's edit this area. How do I... Oh, cool. Right click on it to delete the points. Right, and then we level this designation to there. And then that'll give us lots of dumping space. Sometimes that's what you just need, you know? You just need a little bit of space to dump. Cool. And then how is glass? Glass is doing okay. It's cooking along. I mean, can't go wrong. It's glass. Everything's full. We got lots of acid. We're recycling the glass as well. Yeah, can't go wrong. Everything's going good. Yeah, output's full on glass. So are we not making very much bread? I feel like we're not making very much bread. Right? We've turned... We could probably get a little bit more... Like, switch this one over? Why not? Or maybe even this one? Yeah, maybe if we leave this as corn and switch this corn over to wheat, that would be great. Water's doing good. We are filling up on the purples. That's the biggest thing right now, is trying to fill up on purples as much as possible, as well as regulars, but you know, I think we should be full and ready to go. So now if I deliver the cargo, then we should be upgrading. Honk honk. See ya, bud. Catch you later. Cool. And I wonder if we have any more small trucks. I think we actually do not. Let's click on trucks. Oh, the captain is back. What is up? We got Blasty in the house. Hey, bud. I was summoning you. I was like, Blasty, where are you, bud? Where are you? Come hang out. It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. So good to be back. We got to do this more. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that life sometimes tries to get in the way. Tries to get in the way. We still got to get the floor scraped here. That's like a later jar problem. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, we're actually getting pretty close on having this floor scraped, which is pretty excellent. Sunny day here, frosty but sunny at least, so I got distracted. Right on, right on. What's the temperature out there in the land down under right now? Yeah, we're going to want to level designate this. It's a decent amount of dirt we got to move out of the way. Once we get that out of the way, man, this is going to be... We're going to relocate all of our people here. So that's the goal. That's the dream. Where did you find frosty days at this time of year? Yeah, ship me some. Temperature is shorts, but definitely a jumper hot. Shorts, but definitely a jumper? How do you wear shorts and a jumper at the same time? It's like 27 degrees Celsius right now, but it's going down in the evening to about 16 degrees. So that's what's really nice about our weather. It's like at least it's going down at night to a coolish temperature. You just need to come to the southern hemisphere. Heckin' yeah, you do. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oops, a little bit too far back on the chair. Trying to kick back a little bit here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hold on, we'll get the face. We'll make sure we get the face cam in there, and by that I mean jar wires hooked up. Cool. Let me just confirm. Confirmed. Cool. The lawn is covered with hard frost, which is melting in the straight line of steam as the sun moves across it. Feels great. That is pretty cool. And that must feel pretty great considering it's like the down under where you probably have a lot of really freaking hot days at times. So to have this kind of weather is like, like it's not too cold. I mean, we get it real cold over here, but it's like nice and chill. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy it. In Spanish, we would say it's fresh when it's cool. So, es muy fresca. Sí, genial. Cool. So, I don't really know what I'm doing. Low diesel, so that is a problem. Ship delivered. Okay, so we did deliver our supplies. Wait, did I get ripped off? I swear. I upgraded this ship. What was the point of me Oh, okay, I can drag it up. Okay. I was like, what? I was like, what? Oh, okay, and I do need, like, it switches automatically, the workers. So yeah, this is actually a fair it's a fair upgrade at this point. Because yeah, I think that's definitely something we really need. Let's go for a battle there, bro. Yes, this old leveling designation. I remember that like it was yesterday. We've basically got everything else leveled off over here. Oh yeah, the dumping is going good here, but we just gotta be careful not to go any more really than we currently are. So maybe we'll just scale that back a little bit. And maybe even scale that back a little bit here. Yeah, everything else is looking pretty sharp over here. Power generation level 4, so that's also going good. Are we still powering? Or are we doing the low power dance here? Yeah, we're doing a little bit of low power dance. Which means, like, these are actually all given her. They're not getting enough power. They're not getting the power that they should be. So why don't I just unpause this again for a bit? Like, whatever. It's, you know, it's burning some coal. We probably should be using the hydrogen here and producing a little bit more steam. And that would be a great solution to it, but, you know. Oh, see, we are running out of steam here. That's something I was considering, I was expecting to happen at some point. So maybe that's something we should do. Let's see here. How are you doing? Leader entering combat. Boom, boom, boom. Just straight up clap them. Boom diggity. Okay. Ship in battle. Yeah, so we just clapped them out of existence. Research is complete. That's great. I think on here we have a new town hall we have to go explore. Enemy occupied location. That's a groundwater well. Cool. And this looks like it is a chest of supplies, you know, good things. Can't go wrong. And yeah, otherwise your ship's gonna go back. We're gonna pump up the power generation. Maybe we should just say these can also power surplus things. Yeah, that should do right now. Maybe we'll change that in the future, but for now, let's keep that going as good as we can. And otherwise, wood's going down a little bit. That's a bit of a problem. Building may collapse. It's BS. Come on. What we'll do is we'll actually delete that. And hopefully things don't fall apart on the other part of the wall. But that's fine, because the point is that we're trying to, you know, we're trying to dump that out of existence. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, right? Like, that's what we're trying to do. And then that way we can just straight up remove this one. We don't need this one there anymore. Right? Perfect. It'll eventually be back to the glorious road that it was. Before we had to dig out some, I don't know. I think there's still a little bit of iron in there, but not enough to care about. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Ship was fully repaired. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. Probably also want to fill this in at some point and like kind of get rid of the second ramp. But maybe not right now. Yeah. Okay, so Do we want to do something about this? Like, how much are you theoretically burning off right now that should be used to make steam? Right? Because if I can make some steam and just re-inject it into here, that would be very helpful. Let's also check our graphs. Say, like, what are we consuming for crude? We're going up to like 500. No, there's no way. Total consumption is going up to bouts of 240 per minute. Right? So what we need is this to produce 240 per minute. Nah, that can't be right. Right? That can't be right. What we should probably do is get this second oil rig going. That would probably be a bit easier. I mean, we could definitely go to 180 for now, and that'll be good. But we probably need another dock with more oil coming in. Which means we probably should like start tearing down these mountains and dumping them into the ocean. Right? There's got to be something useful over here, right? Isn't there like, what is this, titanium or something? It looks like that's titanium. Yeah, that's titanium. So we probably will want to get to this a bit later. Not a super important thing right now, but still. Interesting to note. A lot of coal over there. We're going to need that eventually. Still doing pretty good on our little reserve over here. Should consider filling in the hole at some point, but whatever. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is our oil is just not keeping up with demand. But also our steam production is not keeping up with demand. And a part of that is like, well, if we don't have the steam, then we can't produce the oil. And it's the oil that we're using. We're making this fuel gas to produce the excess steam. So yeah, there's a little bit of rigmarole going on over here, because also that I didn't really build this to capacity. Well, just temp forests, eventually we can mine under them. Yes, eventually we'll mine under everything. Mine under it all. Okay. So how are we going to fix this? Am I going to start piping the hydrogen back? Probably. Yeah, I think the whole idea was like, I mean, a quick fix is probably to take this and change the priority. That should help make sure that there's always steam over on this system, which needs the steam desperately. And then these over here, if they don't have steam, we can kind of rely on the backup generator, right? And what are these doing? Are they just straight up paused? No. They're not paused, which they probably should be. Save myself 8 workers. But they're also not doing anything because their power production priority is lower. So, I mean, these are power level 8. These are 6. So, I mean, they don't really need to be paused. And I also don't need these to be on surplus only power. Which kind of helps it be like that's, you know, that's an essential thing that we need to be doing. I think a lot of this is going to be actually solved by our high pressure turbines too. Maybe we'll figure that out. We might need to redo and rethink this system, which I've kind of been thinking about doing for a while anyways, just because of how just primitive and jam-packed everything became and just kept going. Now, if we could cut some more out here, that would be kind of handy. I would love to like cut out this and dump it all into the ocean. So yeah, let's do that. Just make sure that I actually have a couple of those. Cool. I mean, things are moving along. Oh yeah, wood was a bottleneck before, but we got set up to go and chop down these forests. And I expanded my forestry situation over here, which has been going pretty good, but I think that once we run out of trees that we can easily access, we might be a little bit stuck for wood. But there's quite a bit of forestry, forest still that we can harvest before that happens. And then by harvesting them and making access, we could even like make a forestry location over here or something like that. So it's all coming together, just slowly but surely coming together. Cool. And so even with this, like, probably want to expand this out. And probably want, I don't know, something like that. And then maybe we can even take one more row there, and that should keep going for a while. And this will eventually be a really massive train corridor that we're going to try to basically have going through this entire island. Maybe even to over here, but probably not. But we'll see. Yeah, but this is going to be a really nice train corridor. Oof, it would go pretty far. Okay, what was that warning? No available designations to be mined. Okay, we can fix that. We can designate some more areas to be mined. That's not a problem at all. In fact, if we get this out of there, we've got a ton of coal. This thing has been complaining forever. Literally forever. Can we dump into there? Doesn't really like that, but anyways. Truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Did you guys go and get yourself lost? Low supply of diesel. It's not an issue. Just thinks it's an issue. The hole of regret. Yeah, that happens when you start dumping. You're like, oh, look here, I'm a hero. I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down. And then it's like, no, you just farked to yourself there, bud. You got right farked. E? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So things are moving along. Yeah, our wood's still going down a little bit. Kind of stable. Coal's going down a little bit. That's to be expected. Water's good. Salt is good. Crud is good. We've got our whole fancy thing over here so we can never die, but we're... What are we burning over here? Wait a second. What are we burning? Hydrogen. Taking the carbon dioxide and we are pumping that into the ground and then we're burning hydrogen. Which is understandable. Like, we can't harvest every drop of hydrogen. Maybe one day we will when we have like a super bus going on here, because we're going to need that at some point with like pipes and loose stuff, which is all coming after we move our farm up onto the high grounds over here, which we may also want to just keep in. Ooh, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Did you see what we got? So really it's like, do we want to just move the power production entirely? Right? Like, sort of. This whole area really needs to be remastered at some point. I don't think that point is really right now. But we probably want like a mini bus of fluids and loose products and even flat products. And have like an oil area. Right? But still, I think if we just moved power over here a little bit, or maybe even, I mean, well, we're also wasting the low steam, I just realized, in this facility. We're definitely not getting the most out of it. But that's okay. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look, right? Because we have the high pressure turbine, level 2, which actually looks to be the same size. So if we have this kind of set up, right? Like these would be plug and play. These in fact are just straight up upgradable. Right? So if we look at this, it's like it uses the same amount of people, but it uses maintenance level 2, which is another issue. And it uses twice as much steam to get that twice as much mechanical power. I thought it was the same amount of steam. I just thought it was like wildly Tesla transmitting electricity via airwaves efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like next level efficient. Just generate, like, I thought they were throwing plasma into there and stuff, but okay. So, I mean, realistically, all that comes from that is just more efficiency in terms of space. It's not really more efficient in any other way other than workers, like sure, workers, but it uses very few workers anyways, right? So we'd save maybe like 4 to 8 workers by switching over to the new type of facility. Maybe something we could do is switch this facility over, but we also would need maintenance level 2 at that point, which we should probably take a look at anyways. But yeah, oh, and then it looks like we have cooling tower level 2. So now that's a thing. That's a thing we'd probably want to consider. But I think we already have that, don't we? Or no? Yeah, we've been vibing on cooling tower level 2s, haven't we not? Oh no, these are cooling tower level 1s. Okay. So I'm guessing these are just like absolute massive cooling towers. Well, yeah, I mean they do. Like 24 and 24 is 48. So it's basically like one of these cooling towers. Fix-It yearns for the efficiency. Right? So it's basically like one of these cooling towers will replace all 4 of these cooling towers. Which would be nice. Like we definitely could do something like that. There's no connection there between that one and that one. So realistically, it's just an in and out sort of thing. Would be fairly straightforward to do. All right, all right. We don't have any housing actually. And we can't upgrade anymore, so we're actually maxed out on housing right now. I mean, we could move this and build another housing there. That's a possibility. We could also move... No, I don't want to build there. Straight up. What is this? Is this double sludge? Oh no, it's gas and sludge. Remember, we were bringing all this gas way over here because we're actually using it. We're using it to... Oh no, we're using it over here with steam to make hydrogen? Carbon dioxide? I don't know, it's kind of weird. Yeah, so I guess we're using hydrogen for the concrete. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not saying it isn't... Yeah, it's basically because we're connecting it with this fuel gas production, which was the goal all along. So, anyways, a little bit of a detour. Kind of tripped out on that big long pipe. But yeah, so if we were to say... I don't know, take one of these high pressures. Okay, no, not high pressures. Yep, production, assembly, mixer, maintenance. Here we go. Set recipe. So basically machine parts and electronics. So that's actually pretty easy. That's stuff we've already got set up, right? So if we wanted to maybe flip that and rotate it to be in line there, that's not exactly the most scalable solution here. Just plopping it in there. But like, do I really want to put it down over there? Not really. And so do we even really need this stuff right now? Well, also not really, but we will eventually, so it's probably worth plugging it in. Let things continue on their way right now, and we'll plug this stuff in. And how far down are we going? To about here. There we go. There we go. And then we can get something like, I think it would actually be a copy of this one. And that would go something like here, right? Yeah, it would. Cool. And then from there, I don't think I'd want to go in like that, right? Cool. What was that? Loose storage is high supply of compost. We'll get rid of it then, bud. What's going on? No space for output. Okay, so this is full of organic fertilizer. What can we do with that if we have too much of it? Just, can we like dump it? Fertilizer 1. Yeah, we can just dump it, but they don't like that. That's water pollution. So what else can we do with compost? Consuming compost. Well, we can mix it with gravel and make dirt. Now, that's not really the most efficient thing to do, because we basically just need to import rock over to here. And we need to rearrange this a little bit. Now, we are pretty full on fertilizer. And I think over here we're also pretty full on the organic fertilizer, which we are in fact using as the preferred. Yeah, so the output's full on there. So basically we're just full on organic fertilizer. So we got to figure that out. I think I think it is worth. We can make dirt to cover our rock-filled ocean expanses, right? Yeah, and we could, because then we could have like rock on the bottom and then dirt, and then we could actually grow some grass on things, you know, like the good old days. Just the way things should be, the way things ought to be. Maybe we should pick up some of this garbage at some point and like filter it out and then put dirt down on top of this land. It seems like a thing we should do. Actually, garbage doesn't really show up. I wonder where it would show up. Probably in health, right? If we were to look at water, air, ships, vehicle pollution, almost doesn't look like we got very low water pollution. Our air pollution is the biggest thing right now. I wish it gave you a little bit more of an idea of where that's coming from, but that's okay. We're pretty well fulfilled on everything else for Unity. But as far as health goes, like we're actually doing pretty good with health. If we're at 14. No, this vehicles is here. So like what air pollution would we have? Buried toxic waste, no officer. Clearly this is grassland. Like come on, it's colorful, inclusive grassland. It's beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful, okay? It's not illegal and it's not an environmental hazard. Nice. So we are in fact chopping this up. And I think we have maintenance 2 now, right? It's coming. Oh, but do we not have our electronics? And do we not have our roads? Can we build our roads even a little bit further? Concrete. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. Woo-wee! Yeehaw! Okay. Big road. Come on, Marks. I know you'd be proud of me. That's probably actually too big. I want to go in too big of chunks. Can I Unity it? I can. Wow. Okay. Pretty awesome. Takes a decent amount of Unity, but still, it's pretty cool. Great poop lands of this fine Hindu city. What a time to be alive, right? Cool, cool, cool. And we will eventually mine that stuff out. Smooth out this road. We're almost out of designation here. So that's going to be good. All right, friends, I'm just going to go take a quick water break. So, you know, don't forget to hydrate. And we'll be right back. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, and the jar just fills with yellow and then drains. Anyways, so yeah, I'm pretty excited to, well, see what the next steps are, really. So yeah, I think we've kind of unlocked. Oh, no research. Let's get more research. We kind of unlocked power. I just noticed that Jarbot holds the first place crown in YouTube chat. Really? No way. Top fans. The Jarbot. Is there any way to ignore him? Ironically enough, yeah, he was number 2, but now he's number 1. He doesn't miss a beat, you know what I'm saying? If we get research 2, which is, it all is just electronics. So it's actually pretty straightforward. If we get research 2, then we can continue up the tech tree. Right? He's the best spammer. Then eventually we can go to hydrogen, but yeah, I think we want research level 3. Like there's no point in stalling. How much recycling are we now creating? 36 plus 24 actually should be the perfect amount. Is that where recycling begins? And is it the only recycling that comes out this way? It is, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Yes, yes. All right. Pew 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 pew. Beep boop beep boop beep boop pop. How's steel doing? It's going down a little bit. Iron's kind of stabilized, but I don't know if I want to start the second steel mill again until, I don't know. Never. Until never. I mean, everything's going pretty good. I think we could probably pause this. Oh, these guys again with their freaking driving up there to dump themselves off. Dump off, man. Just go ahead and dump yourself off a wait, hold on. Calm it down. YouTube friendly, am I right? YouTube friendly. We're a family channel over here. I don't know what else to do really. How is our ship doing right now? We've got 2,500 there, so we probably have our ship going out. Our diesel is, I mean, it's not bad. Oh, is this, how is this producing? Oh, because I'm asking for, yeah, that should have been there. Anyways. So how much is this asking for? 18, 24, and 24. So we should actually have this be upgraded. And in that case, also this piece here be upgraded. And then in that case, also this be upgraded. Did I upgrade this or not? Okay. I did, but it needs that magic purple juice. It shouldn't really be a problem because the output's full on this and it should continue to stay full. But yeah. Big Daddy Coal Storage has low supply of coal. All right, guys, we need to change up our strategy over here and stop mining random crap and continue mining that good coal juice. Oh, come on. Fix that up. There we go. Get that coal, gentlemen. Okay, and let's see here. Do we really want to go down? I mean, we could go like this. We do want to scrape this. Like, that would be too much to not scrape, I think. But scraping might also not be that great of a strategy. I think it'll be okay. We'll try that. Maybe we need some more trucks over here. Let's get another one. Yeah. How did I fill this one up? I think I fixed the problem at some point, but not really. Probably should like level designate that. But that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Oops. We'll eventually fix that. Smooth things over a little bit. In fact, by eventually I mean not right now. Okay, okay. All right. It is peaceful in the forest. I was just smelling the trees and just enjoying life for a minute, but let's get back to burning the forest. Okay. So low supply of diesel, that's a problem. Low supply of coal, that's also a minor problem. High supply of compost. Okay, so this is a problem we have not yet solved, right? Tree sniffer. So this is an interesting problem to solve. Let's build something. It's high time we sniff some trees. No, wait, it's smoke some trees. Dang it. Okay, Bobby. Put the trees down. Let's build something. Let's design something. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. Right? And if we take this and we set this to... Basically, we were like, if we have dirt, use dirt to make more fertilizer. Okay. But if we have too much, hold on a second. Designing in progress. Okay. So basically, we just need a little bit more space here. This is going to take dirt, which we're going to probably have something like this. Because this one's gonna, well, maybe we're not gonna have it quite like that. Let me just remove that for a second. But basically, we want something where the loose belt comes out and goes to a balancer, right? And then we say, maybe we can put that even in there. And say, the priority is going straight. But if we don't have that ability to go straight, then we can go this way. Right? And then from there, we can take the compost and the rocks in. We can turn it into dirt. And the dirt we could have as close as, like, I don't know, right here as an input for there, right? And then the water comes in. We can connect it to water. That's easy. If we bump that down one, and it kind of lines up nicely, right? And then so from here, maybe we'd even want this just to be like here. Then we could maybe make this sort of fit together. Right? And then from there, we can have the dirt come out and go into there. And then we can also have it full or filled-ish in case we're not producing enough dirt. We always need dirt coming in there. And then that can go in there. And this just needs gravel, which looks like it's a bit too close actually to get gravel in there. Just fine. We can bump that up. And we could have gravel just kind of do its thing on this side. Well, I suppose, would we want to be moving gravel around, or would we want to just have rocks? We'd probably want to just have rocks, which would mean some smelting crusher action. Right? And then 48 rocks, is that going to be enough? Not really. So we'd probably want to have 2 of them. And then that way, oh, whoops. Kind of goes like this. And then it goes like this. This is one thing we're going to have to import. And this becomes rock. Strictly importing it. This, yeah, we need it like that. Is that one down? My bad. Right? Cool. Okay. And then that way we could basically just dispose of this. We can also say, oh, we can't really keep it full and keep it empty at the same time. Which is a little bit annoying for sure, but we could also do other stuff with this, right? So I think this is the basis of what we need. We would just have something like this, you know, and we could move this around a little bit. This isn't the final design by any stretch of the imagination. But right, because I would think actually this kind of looks a little bit better. And if we were to take a look at this and say like, this is kind of a module we need. That's certainly a module we need in there. How big is, how much, how, what am I trying to say? How much bigger is this? Yeah, it's way bigger than we need. We're using half the power and 66% of the workers by using 2 crushers rather than 1 big crusher. So yeah, it is not as quite as efficient, but in the total cost, it is cheaper than what we could potentially need here. So, and it's going to create a lot of dirt. What am I trying to say here? We take this out. Maybe I can make this. Dang it. No. Maybe I can make this just a little bit more aesthetic by kind of putting these here, switching these recipes to that one. And then from there, we can go something like this. And this would be kind of cool, actually, right? That looks pretty cool. And then this could go, I don't know, up to here-ish. And that looks pretty, yeah, I said that like 8 times, but that looks pretty cool. Right? Am I right? Am I right? And maybe if we even prefer this side. Free sniffer! Right? And then from here, maybe, like maybe, let's be dreamers for a second here. Just be dreamers for just a darn tootin' second. So if we had this here, then could I bring this pipe up and over? Seems like I could. Ooh. 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 What am I looking at here? That looks pretty slick to me. I love how there's no head lift in this game. I mean, potentially... Anyways. Potentially it would be better if there was head lift, but probably not. It would probably just be more complicated and annoying. But complicated and annoying is kind of who I am. So, you know, can't go wrong. Right? And then if we package this up into like a right here sort of thing. Right. So this is now looking a lot more like a facility. You know what I'm saying? Like a facility. Now, we could take this out, and maybe this can go one more in. And maybe it becomes even more like a facility. That's basically my standard. Is it a facility? Is it a facility, gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you a facility. Okay, but now the only issue is we need to kind of do something here with two dirt piles. Facility. Facility. Facilite? That'd be like easy tea. Right, so basically we'd want like one to come in, one to be the forever dirt, one to be like the not forever dirt. We also need to leave room for water. Facilities nuts. Facilities? Wait a second, hold on. Right, so what could we do with this if we wanted to? Right, because we basically need two of these dirt piles. And this is kind of a location I would probably enjoy putting these. Would kind of line up with the other dumper hopper. But I don't know. Because basically this one would go right in there. Well, and maybe by right in there, I mean like right in there. I think we'd also need one of these. Which means if there was a way to have it in the middle of those, it would be pretty ideal, I think. But basically, what I need is this to go here. I need this one to be emptyable if over a certain amount. And I need this one to be fillable if under a certain amount. Probably 280 for both of them, right? And then the dirt that we potentially make out of compost would go in there, and then we would empty it. And then this one would also be a situation like this. I mean, that could be the solution. It doesn't need to get any weirder than that. Like part of me is like, I don't know, bro, like you might be able to get a little bit weirder if we had the belt come through the middle and somehow connect down into what we're doing over here. But that's also why I'm like, I don't really see that happening. Based on the design that we have here. Like maybe if I bump these two out one more, that could be the design choice that we take. That could be possibly the design choice that we take. Right? Because it would get rid of that huge ugly thing. Right? And then we go up and around. Yeah, that's as low as it wants to go. If we just did something like this, that could be the play. If we then have this kind of thing going on here. Well, it collides with the pipe then. So that's not good. Well, let's see. What if we had this one come in? F, there we go. Right? That also doesn't work. But let's just be adventurous for a second here. Let's say we did this. Would this even work? Now, again, we may need to realistically bump this one out one, which I don't love. Don't get me wrong. But maybe even bumping it out to could be a little bit more interesting. Maybe that's just what the doctor ordered. I don't know. We'll see. Right? And then this being like this. My guess is that it's not going to want to go over here. Yeah, it doesn't like that, but I think if we were to then go up to the same level as the pipe currently, then it might actually be okay. Yeah, it is okay with going over. Just struggling with the yeah, it's just struggling with the, you know, the things. Are you making fun of my spaghetti? Bruh. Bruh. So, like, what we could do is we could bring this over. Bro, I'm telling you, this is fine Italian spaghetti here. This isn't your normal spaghetti. This is your, like, yeehaw kind of spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeehaw spaghetti. Right? So now if we go on top here and then back around and then down and in, boom. Now, you know what we got? You know what we got? First person to guess what we got gets 5,000 jars. I'm wondering if I could, like, bring this into there. What do we got? What do we got, Boggy? Come on. I was just ranting and raving about how easy the tea is. What do we got? What do we got now that we have some slick pipe action that is nothing like spaghetti? I don't even know what it is that we're doing here, right? So we have a priority output there, going to there. Well, you know, don't you know, bud? We got ourselves a facility. Oh, sorry, I gave it to you, so we can't. See. Oh, it's a facility. These nuts. You got it. You got it. You got me. You got me. I'll still give you 5,000 points just because we're chilling. Add jars. Boggy. 5,000. 69. Does that still work? It does work. Holy buddy has 161,000. What? Okay, so then I was like, well, maybe if we could just move this over 1 and have this here. Bro, we're rich on jars right now. I don't know. Do I like that more? Do I like that less? It does look pretty cool. We've displaced Jarbot from #1 position. Yeah, you have, bud. Woo! Right? Because like we can easily bump this one over there and get this. Oh, it looks like we completely demolished that. Right? So I think I'm cool with that. It's not my favorite thing ever. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. More D's nutty if you aim for it. Well, I'm not really aiming to make it super nutty. That was never really the goal. All right. And then that's why I'm like, well, what if we kind of rigged this up to be not like that, but maybe like this. I want that out on this side. Then out on that side. And then maybe move this over and maybe even bring it in 1. Because if this can go in 1 and this can go in 1, then that means this whole contraption can go in 1. Still makes it a little bit, because this, well, the fertilizer's coming out here and we can fill this one automatically, so we don't actually need that space. And then this can go there. And then this can go there. We want to have a priority input of actually this one. Right? And then this one stays empty. Okay, cool. So we're actually getting somewhere here. And then this one we probably want, I think we could have it here, right? Because then we go here to there, and then we take this one all the way over to here. Ooh, or could we go over this way? Well, it doesn't like the lack of support, but who does in life, right? My factory would be a giant PP-shaped spaghetti, and that's what human freedom will is for, right? I do kind of like that, actually. It would necessitate more belts, though. Right? Like, this is kind of the closest that we can do, which does help us use a bit less width. Right, it still reduces our width. And then if we take this and go into there, and that solves that. Right, like we could take these out and move them to the left, and then we'd have that belt coming along on the inside, which, you know, frankly would use the same amount of space, but it would make it just a little bit more like a facility. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more like a facility. And if there's a way to make it be a little bit more like a facility, you know, I'm all in. I'm all in. So can we make that a little bit more like a facility? Just, ooh, it doesn't want to, well, you know what? This one, we can flip it so that it looks even more like a facility. Right? And then this connects there, and boom, you have a facility. You have a facility. And that goes in there. It's frickin', that is, I mean, come on. This is a facility. This is a facility. It's square. It's got all the right parts in all the right places. It is a facility. But you know what? This, oh, that does align nicely actually there. I was going to say we could bump this out one more, which would align the circular part of this facility, of this building, to the other ones here. But then, and then we could move these two down. But, you know, then it wouldn't look as much like a facility, right? So we're all game here. This is the kind of fun stuff that I really enjoy about this game. Like literally taking a problem like this orange exclamation point and turning it into a facility. So ookity dokity. So now that we have a facility, what are we gonna do with it? How are we gonna implement it? This, yeah, rock. Fill me with rock. Doink. Yeah, the pipes really give, like the pipes being high up there, pff, mega facility vibes. Mega facility vibes. You know what I'm saying? So then now it's like, well, what do we want to do with this? This is taking animal feed and turning it into dump. But what is this doing? This is storing animal feed. Right? So we just got a priority going there. Okay. So what do we want to do? Like, we could probably just dump all this organic fertilizer. It's basically garbage anyways, right? When we have extra that stuff. Or should we just build this sort of like in line there? More fields maybe? I mean, that's also a thing, right? Like that's definitely a thing. We should have this module installed overall anyways. It's just a matter of like which, let's just leave this over here as a copy of it. But like, do we want to put it in this? Like, this is kind of what I want. I don't know if that's feasible. This would also facilitate. This would also work for me. With this, maybe like this. No. I think we would want it to be kind of like this. Just a matter of, okay, well, how do I want to replace this without picking up all of the dirt and the compost and putting it in places that I don't want it to be, you know? When corn was a myth. Yeah, remember that? We're trying for so long to get corn. And now we've got corn. It's great. So yeah, maybe what we do is like make a giant dump storage, loose storage for, how much do these cost? 60 reds. That's fine. We'll get some of them back, but we'll waste a little bit of them. Right? So if I change this to dirt, If I change this, maybe they shouldn't be the big ones actually. They should be the small ones. Right? So then, well, I guess realistically we can just copy these. And then if I just build them, once they're complete, then there are no bad time. There are no bad time for a giant dump. Oh, trust me, there are. Yeah, there definitely are. Okay, so now if I delete this, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Let's delete that, that, and that, and that. And what the heck? Let's just delete everything. Okay. And then kind of Unity build our way through these problems. Quick remove that. Perfect. Quick remove that. Perfect. Where did the compost go, though? Like, I'm hoping it didn't just go to my dock. It didn't. So that means there's another box somewhere where compost is. Which I'm guessing, yeah, is over here, actually. Might be a bad place. There might be a bit, but not a bad time. No, I mean, timing and placing is key, my friends. I mean, if you had the perfect place available at all times, then there would not be a bad time, right? Like if you literally had a porta potty strapped to the back of your truck, like anytime, bro, right? You just hop on back there and you're good. But like if you don't and you're just sitting in the front driver's seat, yeah, that's a bad time. You can't just go anytime. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so fertilizer, I suppose we probably want to do that too. Like, it doesn't really matter, but whatever. We've got lots of the yellow supplies, so we can just dump it. I don't think we really care about that right now. And finished, right? So now I should be able to quick remove that, and that should just fill that up, or not. Maybe. I mean, is this full? Like, what's going on here? If that happened to me while I was driving, I would just drive into a lake and claim the GPS told me to do it. Then you have an excuse for why you soiled yourself, right? You're like, I just what happened first, Blasty? Driving into the lake or crapping yourself? I'm gonna go with crapping myself. Cool, so I think if we put this here, that would be great. Now we do need to get water to this side, which is not terribly difficult. Oops. There we go. That's more like a facility. Right? And then these can just be merged. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Maybe we could hit a bottleneck theoretically, but that's only 12. I doubt we would hit that bottleneck. Great. So then, yeah, this one, we want to try to keep that empty. That we do. This one we want to keep full. This one we want to keep empty. And right, like, is there a way where we could fill this with that dirt without using trucks? I suppose so, right? Well, wait. That's making the fertilizer. This is making the dirt. The dirt comes into there. Oh, maybe the balancer should have been first. No. Or maybe, right? Like, balancer first, but either way, we need 2 tubs of dirt, right? Because we need one that we can say empty it, and then we need the other one that says fill it. Because we can't have both on one tub. So, I mean, basically, if I was to like connect this to, I don't know, like just visually speaking, connect it to there, that would also work. Or at least, or even have like another balancer that was like, try to fill that one up if possible, right? Like, I don't know. I think it could get kind of weird and we could say something like, okay, no, I think it would just say straight out from here to the system. And then we'd say, try to keep this one full. But then going to here from what we're producing into this bucket, and this bucket goes into the back end of that one. And then if this one's full, empty it. Okay, so that actually does optimize things a little bit. So I'm wondering if I can get that piped in, right? Because basically what we would want to do is just that. And then get this coming around into there. Which then maybe says like, okay, well, what if we just do this? It's a little bit awkward if we have it there, because we're trying to cross a pipe. But then again, maybe the pipe should be under it. It can't be under it unless we bump this one out. And even that wouldn't be ideal because we'd have to go up to the second level for the pipe anyways. But maybe the second level for the pipe would be ideal. It would kind of break our tight design. But I think the idea then is just to bump that one out a bit. I mean, we could always bump this one out and also this one, right? Pretty easily done there. In fact, if we do that, now we can turn this. That makes it a little bit cleaner. So I'm digging that. We do that. We do that. And then we have this go into there. And where are we? Basically we want this. A little bit too low. Let's get T for transport. There we go, right? So this one we try to always keep it full with trucks, and this one we try to always keep it empty. And anything that comes out of there cycles through here and goes through right away to try to fill this one up. But it is slightly optimized. Cool. This is the global pooping system. This is the poop churning facility. Okay. So then this, we could go ahead and build. I think basically everything, like just give her. Right, and then this, if we just quick remove that, should basically, boom, go up into there. And then this design is old news, actually. So there we go. I think we should have this mostly plugged in. Except this one literally isn't plugged in, but that's okay. That's a quick fix. I think that was it. There was just a little missing piece. And this is going to say go out down to here first. So we're trying to use dirt to make the compost into... Oh, hold on a second. We use 24 compost and 48 dirt plus the 24 water, whatever. 24 water is whatever. Nothing in this case. How much... Oh, interesting. So it would actually somewhat balance out by mixing rock into there, right? Like, we don't really want this recipe ever. I mean, we can use it to use up more compost. Like, that's the thing we could... That's a route we could have went, and probably, to be honest, should have went for simplicity. Just had 2 of these facilities and prioritize them and say, if we're almost full, which I guess we can't, ultimately we cannot really check if we're almost full on fertilizer, right? We can only check if we're actually full. Then in that case, using more compost to make the same amount of fertilizer wouldn't really matter because we'd be full on fertilizer. So this is a great solution. This, I think, is a better solution. Because, yeah. Now we will literally just turn it into dirt, and then we'll go and dump the dirt if we need to. Right, and we shouldn't really be able to export from there. We shouldn't be able to export from here, and we shouldn't be able to import into there. We should only be able to import into here. Nice. Yeah, and so we're trying to fill up compost. We're trying to use up the compost there. And here we're trying to get rid of it, which is cool. All right, well, that was awesome. That was a fun time. I think we might need to boost our production here. Like, what's going on with maintenance 1? Last month change. Global demand. Statistics. Production, consumption. Ooh, yeah, we've started to pretty seriously exceed our production. So, I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to... 24 is 48. So as long as we can... Like, how much are we building here? We're only really building as much as we can get out, which would be 200, right? And are we actually 48 and 48, so 96? So we actually can get one more of these, and we'll just build it right in the middle of the road. Because why not? spaghetti ball. Oh, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, pop. Yeah, let's just get this built so that we get some better. Yeah, we need to upgrade at least this one, I think. And maybe this one. The electronics still not too bad. Not too bad at all. Ooh, we're running out of water here a little bit. Spaghetti for lunch. Now, the water thing isn't really an issue. I think we should be turning off this power anyways. I'm probably connecting up this hydrogen to come over here, and I don't know, I feel like we really need to... We need to rethink our power situation. We might need to address glass at some point, but why is our health so low right now, actually? Disease gives us a whole minus. Where are we getting air pollution from, though? Looks like we might still be dumping some exhaust. I don't know. Not really. But the CO2 is still... Yeah, like the CO2 is still not good. And over here we are dumping more CO2. So we should probably be doing something with the CO2 in this facility. Yeah, and there's clearly, yeah, we're just straight up hauling our smoke out there. I mean, this is our scrubbing facility, so if we could get a pipe of CO2 down over here, that would be super helpful. And we're also just straight up dumping... What is it? We're dumping the CO2 here, actually. We're just scrubbing the exhaust. We're not doing anything with the CO2. We should be bringing the CO2 over here, where we can just use some seawater and inject it into the ground, which is basically infinite. So that's the thing we should probably consider doing, because the CO2 is still pollution. Everything else is like pretty minimal. I mean, we could get better with our vehicle pollution a bit later, but that's not a right now thing. That's a once we get hydrogen vehicles thing. Right, we are scrubbing our exhaust here, so we shouldn't be, and I don't think we have been. Yeah, we're not actually dumping any. But what else of the exhaust? But what else can we do with the CO2? We can't do anything with it, really. Not yet. I mean, we're getting there. Our research 3, then conveyors, and then the chemical plant 2. And then CO2 recycling, which, yeah, then we can just straight up make graphite out of it, or even ethanol if we want, with water. Some pretty dynamic options there. But for now, not a whole lot that we can do, other than inject it into the ground over here. Which is like, we could be trucking it over here, or we could just build a giant pipe. Wouldn't be ideal, but, you know, it could be done. He. Let's go ahead and lay down some giant pipe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we managed this a bit better. Like, ideally, we wouldn't be burning coal at this point. It's still okay, but is there any other, like, cleaner way that we could be producing our steam? Right? Like hydrogen? Hydrogen's great because it gives us a lot of options. Like with the depleted steam, we can actually make more water. We can recoup the water. So with the 36 and 36 is 72 plus 20. So that's a pretty odd ratio. Basically 75% of the steam that we get turns into water. So 75% of 36 is going to be 27. So it's like 27 over 48. So just about half, just over half, 56% of the water that we're using, we get back. Not to mention the steam, actually. Because if we get the steam, then we're going to turn that into low steam. And then the low steam, we're going to turn into water again at, I think, the same rate, right? 72 over 96 is 75% again. So we're basically, we would get, what was it, 27? Right? So we get 36 times 0.75. So we get 27 there. And then with the steam turning into low steam at the same rate, and then low steam turning into water at 75% of the rate, then we'd have decimal 75 times 48. So we'd have 36 plus 27. We'd have 63 water. So we're actually getting more water. We're producing more water by using hydrogen, which makes sense, right? Because technically the exhaust of hydrogen burning is water. Because like you're oxidizing hydrogen and well, H2O, right? So that would be ideal. But how much steam do we need? Is the other question. We would need probably about 3 of these facilities, which would mean 72 times 3-ish, so 216. And how much are we producing here? Let's check our graph. Overview, products, hydrogen. Yeah, like on our good days, we're producing 60. Yeah, hydrogen is a brilliant concept for a fuel source, right? Right, so like, how would we produce a lot of hydrogen later on? Well, we can turn naphtha into hydrogen. Not a lot. It's renewable. You can make it anywhere. But how would you make hydrogen? The explodiness. Yeah, that's, you know. There's a lot of hydrogen everywhere, but I guess you need oxygen, right? You need hydrogen and then you need oxygen to actually burn. But anyways, so what we can do currently is turn fuel gas into hydrogen. But then, like, that's actually not a bad idea. Later, we can just straight up use water and steam to make hydrogen. Okay, well that's pretty cool. But at the same time, that would consume your water, right? And that was what I was saying is like, well, how energy efficient is it to, like, you're obviously not going to be able to get more energy out of using electrolysis to make the hydrogen than you would be able to produce with the hydrogen that you've made or separated, right? So it's kind of an odd situation. It's like you're never going to get more energy out of a system than you put in. It's not infinite power, but it is a very good good storage of energy, right? Like if we were to use hydroelectric dams to electrolysis water to get the hydrogen, and then we could use vehicles with hydrogen, burning hydrogen, then the vehicles would be able to easily store a lot of energy and go far distances and refuel fast, but they would be more explodey, but also, yeah. Anyways, so ammonia, turning ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen would be a really good option. Otherwise, it would be turning fuel gas into hydrogen and carbon dioxide, and we already have the problem with carbon dioxide that we can't really consume it that well. We can, but we'd have to gas inject it in, we'd have to move that. So if we were to look at this and go, okay, well, how do we get ammonia? We can use sour water, which we already are using. Or we can turn hydrogen and nitrogen into ammonia. But of course, that's going to take... that kind of defeats the purpose, I guess, right? Well, it's the same ratio. So if we had the, like, solar power, maybe? Yo, what's up? We got Jerry. Yeah, I'm super excited, Jerry, for that. Currently, most of our hydrogen comes as a byproduct of oil production. Right, and so in this case, for example, that's exactly what's happening here. It's a really effective thing to actually store and use. Which I was thinking of, like, man, maybe the plan here is just to pipe off the excess hydrogen to be over here. Like wherever, just slap this in somewhere. I think so. I think we should. I mean, I wouldn't even mind burning through some of this hydrogen. Like, if we could somehow use circuitry to, like, make a condition that if this was over half full and we need the extra steam, then we burn it. But because right now we're literally, I don't know how much we're burning here, but we are just kind of burning our excess, and it's just a little bit, but whatever. Because we need the extra steam. That's so cool. Right on, Sparks. Yeah. Definitely took to that like white on rice. That's awesome. So, right, like this How are we getting the water into there? We're getting it into there from here. So if we wanted the steam to come in, steam would come in here. I think we could do something like this. Oh, the depleted steam. So the water and the hydrogen would come in there. So we probably want that. Well, that could go here, right? That could go here. Then we could have the steam, almost come through. This is just making CO2. Yeah, I don't know. Is it really an issue? I mean, the whole point of me doing what I'm doing right now is to try to turn this off again, because I don't want to be burning our coal. We're trying to avoid burning coal at all costs right now. And like, we have excess naphtha, which can also be turned into a lot of things, including death. But we can use steam to turn it into fuel gas and hydrogen, which is actually what we're doing over here, right? Well, we're using heavy oil. No. That's here. Yeah, naphtha, steam, fuel gas, and hydrogen. So that's where we're getting basically 16 to 32 hydrogen. And we're consuming about 16 of that roughly. So maybe we still want to do this. Like, we are using the naphtha to make plastic, right? Which is great. But yeah, I think we do want to bring that back, plug in our hydrogen here, plug in our water, which can come from, the water can come from there, right? This is our main water stuff going on here. So the water can come from there. We're gonna have depleted steam coming out. So we're probably gonna want bigger. Yeah, we're gonna want to kind of redo this area, I think, a little bit here with the smokestacks or the water cooling towers. And that's when we're gonna want the large, big boys. Because if we could get 2 of these in here, which we definitely can, it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be better all around. So we'll do that. Then we'll get this hydrogen pipe. Come, we got a lot of pipe action going on over here. Maybe we'll just come on top of these other pipes. That makes sense. In fact, I think it's going to look pretty good. Oh, don't do that. Don't do me like that. Come on. We just do this. Well, that's as high up as it goes, actually. We can either go on the side of that. Not a huge fan of that either, to be honest. And to go here, we could weave our way in. So I don't know, maybe this is what we want to do. Just go like up. It doesn't want to go. It does want to go over that. There we go. That's what we got to do. Cool. Right, and don't get me wrong. This is not looking like a facility. But you know, sometimes you gotta make compromises. We could bring that pipe through here, but it would be harder if we just maybe we just bring it to here for now. And just keep that in mind, and then we can say we do have the priority out going to here, which is great. But when that gets full, which it's basically full, and it will from time to time get full, then we will... This is a big change for what might be very little progress, by the way. Yeah. The whole point is to try to stop. We've kind of got a problem with coal right now. It's not a terrible problem, and part of it was just we weren't mining the correct spot yet. But we also have a bit of a problem with pollution, mostly air pollution. So we're trying to turn off our kind of backup power that's burning coal. Going to have to do trains someday. Yes. Well, yes. And you missed it. We built some extra road. It was pretty cool. We could probably even pave a lot more right now if we wanted to. But yeah. We're going to get to trains one day. And it's going to come out of necessity, right? Like, we don't need trains right now. But yeah, we will eventually get trains. And it'll be glorious. We're going to have to do Dyson Sphere program too at some point. Hey Sparks, is that something you've played? Have you done a lot of Dyson Sphere program? Or any Dyson Sphere program? That might be the next game that we play. But I'd like to go the distance with this game. Nope, never. Oh man, you're going to love it. It's kind of like Satisfactory, but it's also kind of like Factorio, and it's sort of, it's not really like this game. Like it is because it's a factory game, but I'd say it's probably closest out of Factorio, Satisfactory, and Captain of Industry. Dyson Sphere would be probably the closest to Satisfactory. But it's very much like, I don't know, man, it's really, really cool. I should try DSP, Dyson Sphere program. Yeah, I worry that I will never be able to sleep again if I do, right? Dyson Sphere is awesome. If you dig these types, that will be right up your alley. In fact, yeah, Sparks, like, with that other game that you were playing, I feel like it has a bit of a bend towards that, what was it called? Like, our Odd Spark or whatever? That game that you were playing, but like a little bit is closest to realism I've ever played. Yeah, which is kind of good and bad, but like, yeah, Dyson Sphere is just being able to fly in space from planet to planet is wild. And then like setting up, I don't know, it's such a cool game, man. In just a suit, right? Like you really you've gotta try Dyson Sphere program if you haven't. It's it's one of the best. It is definitely one of the best, and it's still in development. Okay. So what the heck are we doing here? If I delete these, will we completely die? Should I build new ones for the space exploration mod to get updated for Satisfactory for Factorio 2.0? Oh yeah. Is a thing happening there? Is there a thing happening there? I'm not too familiar with the space exploration mod. Right, so wow, this is actually, yeah, all depleted steam at this point. So that's pretty handy. And then this steam, this actual steam could kind of weave its way into here. Oh, actually pretty handy. Without too much problems. Now, how much steam, depleted steam are we doing? 24, 24. Yeah, these are technically full. So but if I was to kind of go up, up and over, well, not quite what I'm looking for on that one, but almost. Something like that, right? Guess where I'm at? Well, wow, Captain Moody just released new patch notes. Where are you at? Are you in the office? Are you in the garage? You're in the garage. 3D printing something. No, you're on the server. You're on the Satisfactory server. Boom. Boom. All right, so the only issue here, like, you know what? The easiest thing is definitely just to add one more. Oh, shower. Of course. Of course. How did I... Anyways. Right? Like, this is just by far the easiest way to fix this problem. Don't worry about all of the things. Don't worry about all of the things. Just get the thing fixed. And what exactly are those things doing there? Oh, I get it. I get it. So, like, technically, it should be here down to there. And then that way, if I need to later, I can add another one on the other side without too much fuss. Right? So that will help us deal with the 200 per minute on that. And then this, with this being built, the only thing left is connecting up our hydrogen through here. And we should probably have that. We don't want that to get too full. Then how do we want to bring that through? We could probably bring it through here. And hold on a second, because what exactly, what level of pipe am I trying to use here? There's no higher pipe? Well, clearly there's a higher pipe. There we go. There it is. Now, I don't think we could ever produce 72 hydrogen. Yeah. So we should probably have a splitter and a thing to burn the excess, but I don't think it's necessary. Great, so that should help us a little bit with our steam problems. That doesn't help us with our pollution problems, per se. And our coal problems, still a bit of a problem. What if we just pause this stuff? Are we gonna die on power if we pause that? I hope not. All right, are we starting to go up here with this stuff? These are all working full steam, right? Yeah, I think I've just been paused for a while. Do I not have a tree cutter assigned here or what? Tree harvester. We got a large tree harvester. Do we just not have tree saplings? Is that our issue? I don't think we're growing enough tree saplings. Okay, okay, well, here we go. We just don't have enough designation here. A little bit extra mining designation. Nice. This one's been emptied, so that's very important. Very good. We could still try to get some of this garbage out, but I think whatever. I think we're just going to continue mining over here. All right, all right. Flatten the ground, keep on doing your thing. Over here, yeah, we are doing the things. Very nice. We'll just keep chopping away at the mountain in order to fill out our path. I mean, we could take a look at our, this location has been settled. Okay. Location too far. Is every location too far? Not this one. All right. Low supply of diesel. Well, come on. Available to pick up. So we really need to upgrade this again, actually, I think. which wouldn't be impossible. Oh geez. All right, all right. Right on, right on. Oh, yeah, power problems are happening again. Yeah, and then we end up burning diesel. Realistically, we should be attaching like our low pressure turbines. One. We only need one. No, we need two, but we just need only two more of those. So I don't know, maybe we pick this up and do that? I don't know. Yeah, we're still dumping. It looks like we don't have really too much more dumping room over here. Just something we can fix pretty easily. Lots of room to dump stuff. We can dump this whole mountain range into the ocean. That would be fine with me. Right? So yeah, we gotta do something about the power situation. Because we really don't want to be burning diesel to make power. And they have stopped now, which is good. But yeah. And we also are missing out on some extra power that we're not producing here with the coal. The coal. So what do we want to do about that? We're almost at Research Lab 3, which is going to be good. Oh, ship in battle. No available place to dump things. Okay, that's something we can fix. Yeah. How are we doing over here? We've actually done everything we need to in this line. So let's get up to this line done. And then we can do some dumping. Diesel on import is unlimited. Coal is finite. Right, well, in diesel on import doesn't seem like it's actually unlimited, which I could be wrong. Please tell me if I am. Because, yeah. It seems like the ramp should be maybe in the middle rather than being on this far side, but whatever. Okay, no, that's good. Yeah, like it seems pretty unlimited, but this one, for example, we're at 82% done. Well, left yet. But then we also haven't opened this one up yet, so we should do that, I think. Battle in progress. Hopefully he crushes him. Oh yeah. Boom. Boom. Cool. A quartz mine. It's pretty great. So it's either it's like infinite, like it's a lot. But yeah. I mean, even if we end up running, like I guess we ultimately want to move everything towards hydrogen by the end game, which is then like, okay, well, how do we make hydrogen? We could basically use all the naphtha and make fuel gas and hydrogen. Then we can use all the fuel gas and make hydrogen and carbon dioxide. How much hydrogen does it take 72. Ooh, and 72. So we actually are getting a little bit more out of it. Yeah, okay, Sparks. And that could be the case, right? Right, so if we turned the fuel gas into hydrogen, well, we would be consuming some steam though. So we would need the steam in order to make the hydrogen. So that extra little bit, because how much steam do we make with hydrogen? 72. We make 48 over 72. We make about 2/3. So, and we're only making a slight bit extra. We're making 28 over 24. We're making 17% extra. It's about half of what we need for it to be worthwhile to convert the fuel gas to hydrogen before burning it. It's actually slightly more efficient to burn the fuel gas than it is to burn the hydrogen, which is okay, but still. Right, like later on, if we can use super steam, we can actually, can we produce it right now? We can't. We can consume it, but we can't produce it right now. But if we had super steam, electric boiler, super steam can be converted to make 18 over 48, which is 38%. Hold on a second. 38%. Right, like if we're converting our number into megawatts, it's 38%. How much would it energy take? I can't really tell how much energy it would take to make 12 super steam. Probably a lot more. Well, I guess ultimately it boils down to nuclear power a bit later, right? Like near the end game, we switch our power over to nuclear and then our power problems are solved. Right now we're trying to solve a problem of power with intermediate technology. Which is okay. How can we solve that problem? I mean, we did try to inject some more steam here. There we go. Research lab. Right, and like fortunately we have this. If we wanted to, we could probably burn diesel. Like we could use in these, can we just straight up burn diesel? Actually, no. Interestingly enough. Because diesel is a dirty fuel. It's a dirty, dirty fuel. But we could burn naphtha. Naphtha is not great. Still, I mean, all of them are less steam coming out than what you're burning. But if we took naphtha, naphtha turns into fuel gas by what percentage? I mean, we're turning it into diesel and fuel gas, but if we just 1-to-1 ratio, ooh, but also using steam, again using that steam. But if we converted naphtha to fuel gas and hydrogen, which we actually are over here, using a little bit of steam, I think that's still the most efficient thing to do with it. Naphtha, right? Well, I mean, it's NaPHTHA. So it is like an F and then a TH. It's a really strange word to have to try to pronounce. So I get it why people don't like it. Okay, so now we basically need... We want to upgrade our research, right? Because now we have... Like we want to get mega vehicles. We want to get storage large 2. We want to get the arc furnace, which is going to be even more efficient. Basic computing is a whole nother thing. Better housing. Glass making 3. We need that as well. Vacuum desalination. Seawater and depleted steam becomes water and brine. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. The nuclear reactor, like what? We're not even close to that. More vehicles, electrolyzer. We can actually get this right now, which means that we could be producing hydrogen and oxygen straight from electrolyzer, but that's going to be very expensive, right? It's going to take like 4 megawatts. It's going to take a lot of power to make 16 hydrogen per second, and we need 72 to make, I don't know, an amount. Edicts, maintenance reducer, sausage production. We still haven't gotten chickens going yet. That's the thing we should do. Robotic assembly. So all of this stuff kind of is stuff we need to go down the computer line here, which is the main drive. But I think what we want to go for first is the CO2 recycling. So let's start the research. It requires the research lab 3, right? So, I mean, right now we could probably start that first and then add that to the queue, because solar panels would probably also be a good solution to our current power problems. That would, if we could set up enough solar panels to not be using the secondary coal reactor, that'd be a good thing for sure. Okay, so what was I just doing? Trying to set up the new level of research, which means, yeah, another section here. Finally, it's been a while since we've added a section. I think I have blueprints here. I don't remember how to access them. F4, okay. The bus. 1 bus block template. I gotta remember to move it up 1. Boom, diggity. Okay, and then I think we're basically just gonna copy this. Put it something like here. Switch this to lab equipment 3. This 2 also goes to lab equipment 3. Right? And then we're going to... I mean, we got lab equipment going... Kind of switched that one. Ooh, right? That was not ideal. Is this doesn't make recycling. Okay. It might be a problem in the future. This is only a 2 product supply, which is great. That means we just need electronics to come down there. down to I don't think we need anything on the second level actually. Or the third level, I mean. Right? That's better. And then it doesn't really matter which one goes first, but maybe this one should be from here to there. And then we can go, this is a flat one, right? Perfect. Okay, and then the yellows actually need to come in on this one. Then we'll connect that there. And we will switch the directionality on those three. We will build all of this particular component. In fact, I think we will build all of that. And that should be good. The only other thing is that we then need a place to put the research, which is like, well, why don't we just, I mean, couldn't we just have this wing around and connect up to it there instead? Right? Like we actually don't need that anymore. And then in fact, this can just switch. Right, they need 12, 12, so 36. So not very many. And then that way we can just go from here up. Connect that in. And there we go. We should have a winning solution. Now, of course, just connect that in there. And we're good. Then we're good. Naphtha. Naphtha. It's like nap, but just an evil version of nap. Alright, so there we go. There we go. Done loading cargo for oil rig. Okay, cool. So you should have everything you need. Can you be auto repaired? Is that a thing we can do? Trucks are sleeping on the job, so what's going on? How did they manage to load the cargo before repairing the ship? Alright, seems like they are repairing the ship, just not very efficiently. Oh. That's a bigger problem because that just means this needs to be edited. Yeah, we don't need you to actually be really anywhere in there. but we can scoot that over so that we can continue dumping. Right? Cool. Okay. And then this one to there. That should be good. We'll continue making this smooth ramp. All right. So now we should have our very first red science packs on the line. Am I right? That's right. Yeah, and they just kind of replace the yellow ones and things just keep going. It's glorious. And it's great. Decent amount of broken glass in there, copper scrap, iron scrap. Huh? Maybe look at our mining designation again here. Okay. Hold on a second. What are we trying to do here? Well, we're going to need to dig somewhat into that, which is going to be a bit pesky. We're probably going to need retaining walls. Yeah, if we can retain a lot of this stuff, I don't know. We'll see. That's not the biggest concern for me right now. I think what I want is to stop digging in here so much and just to, you know, get your hoe in there. Get your hoeing going on, bro. Cool. That should help us get some more coal. We're going to run out of coal pretty soon, actually. And it might be our first train use case where we can like train in coal to somewhere over here from this spot. But then again, a big long belt would, well, do just as well, I think. So we'll see. Looks like a little bit more diesel is coming through. Little spike there that could be just from the oil coming in. It does look like our everything else is going down. Request our ship to visit this location. So why not? Because we're going on over there. Do I have any loans going? Actually, I do not. So maybe I should. I mean, I think I have, where were we? Trade. The highest level of reputation. So it's not like I really need reputation for anything. So, I don't know. Solar panels, what does it say? Missing product. Oh, really? So you can't use You can't. Oh, that's really bunk. There's no backwards compatibility. Okay, well, I guess we're not getting solar panels. I was kind of hoping to get some solar panels, but I don't know if that's really going to be possible. I don't know why I thought there was backwards compatibility. That's brutal. That is brutal. But, well, we're going to make the best of it. We're just going to cancel that one. Start doing better belts. Oh, but you know what we also need then? We need to upgrade those research facilities. We'll do that. We'll get a couple of them going on. We'll have to go backwards compatibility for the other researches, which is super bunk. Makes you think like you should almost build a new research facility every time, right? And have like 4 levels of research facility. But then once you get the last, it's almost like you should just really focus on all of the researches before moving forward. So, I don't know, whatever. Not really my favorite thing about the game, but it is what we do. So, I guess it's kind of like what we got to do, right? So, all right. Yeah, and what else we got? We have still diesel shortage, coal shortage. Current research is too advanced for this lab. I have to bury some pipes, super fun because I don't know any other game that does that. Right? And that would be really cool. That would be especially cool to like just bury a couple, like 5 pipes, bury a whole stack of pipes. We'll get there. I think for me right now, I'm just like trying to continue plugging away at the advances of technology without too much of the like permanent infrastructure builds. But we will get there where we like put in, okay, we're going to put in some rail here, and what the heck, why don't we underneath it put some pipes? That would be cool. No lab available. My bologna sandwich. Oh, we're running out of power again? And we have this going? That's weird. It was just a temporary thing, right? Nice. We actually have that other research lab going on. So that's pretty cool. Got a radar on top. It's bigger, taller. It's got another floor. Glass is going down. Wood's going down. Steel and iron are going down. Well. You know what? I think I'm going to have to call it. I was going to try to go right till 10, but I'm a little bit exhausted from the week and my butt hurts. So, yeah, we'll be back again next week. And little by little, we're gonna have more and more time to be hanging out once again and making new videos. Remote smoked back again. All right. But yeah, for now, it was super fun for me, guys. Honestly, missed you, being that I wasn't around last weekend. And yeah, just thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys again next Saturday, if not sooner. Alrighty then. Bye for now. Bye for now.